Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Carl Forrest Gymnasium on the campus of Woburn High School. I'm Larry Lorenzano, along with Dominic Lorenzano, and today we have coverage of this quarterfinal matchup of the Division I North Girls Basketball Tournament between the Beverly Panthers and the Woburn Tanners. Dominic, it's been a great year for Beverly, coming off an impressive performance against Everett in the first round of this tournament, and now taking on the number one seed in all of Division I North.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it was a great performance against Everett. They really lit them up. It looked like a very different Beverly team, winning that one 78-45. And the girls maybe looking for a little bit of revenge after last night, where Woburn was able to upset the Beverly boys team. So we got part two tonight of the black and orange against the orange and black.
Exactly. And like you said, Woburn coming out on top in the boys matchup last night, a game that Dominic was able to do, and a game that you'll be able to see right here on BevCam. But the girls will try to even that out tonight and pull off the upset. Beverly seeded number 9 in this tournament with a 13-7 record coming in, now at 14-7 after that victory over the Everett Crimson Tide. Right now, the Woburn Tanners being introduced. Their starting lineup, you see number 45 there. That's their center, junior Marina Rufo, and one of their returning players.
And, she'll probably be one to watch because she's probably going to be big inside against Moreland.
That'll be a great matchup. We will.
And whoever's on Moreland, that's the person to watch if you're going to watch a Panthers game.
And you see the rest of the Woburn starters. The forwards are Kelsey Quayle, a senior captain, number 10, and Andrea Schiavone, number 11, another captain, as we get ready now for our national anthem. And for the Beverly starters, Dominic, we know that Alyssa Moreland, the fantastic freshman, will be in there, along with Haley Anderson and Tia Bernard and Sabrina Beaudry. Did you get the fifth starter during the introductions?
No, I did not, but I can look on the floor right now and see that it is Rosie Gotch.
Okay, so the senior captain, Rosie Gotch, getting the start.
She has played a majority of the time, but Stangel switched up the lineup very early on in that Everett game and had a lot of success, so we were wondering if he'd stay with that same lineup, but he has decided to go with the lineup that he's gone with for most of the season.
So the Panthers wearing their road black uniforms, Woburn in white. Beverly gets the opening tap, and we're underway from the Tourist Gymnasium, this quarterfinal matchup, as Woburn opens with a man-to-man defense. And right away, going into those passing lanes was Pacheco. Ashlyn Pacheco, 14, a sophomore.
That was Moreland posted up inside right there. Couldn't quite get it.
And that's what we expected right there. Woburn likes to push, and that's the senior captain, the off-guard Cassie Palmisano with a layup. Right away, they push the ball down court.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing to watch all game long. They play at a fast tempo, much like the boys team, and they shoot the three well. So we'll see if Beverly can match that tempo. We've seen Beverly be able to stay with teams. And Haley.
So Haley Anderson with a 2-pointer makes it a tie game. Good to get that first hoop out of the way for the Panthers.
Absolutely.
As we got a foul outside on Beverly.
And Haley always is going to put up the points, but she did it right away to start that Everett game out, and I think that threw Everett off their game a little bit because they had to worry about the outside more and took a little attention off Moreland. So if Haley can get going early, that could be big for the Panthers.
Three-point attempt, no good that time by Schiavone. Andrea Schiavone, a good three-point shooter. One of the four senior captains on this team. Beaudry gets the ball in bounds, breaks the token pressure. Moreland was double-teamed. Beverly swings the ball.
And that'll be the thing to watch. We mentioned that in the Everett game, that they never made no adjustments. A lot of times she wasn't even double-teamed.
Down low, it's Moreland scoring for Beverly. 4-2 Beverly lead. Pacheco sets up the three nicely by Schiavone. So good penetration by Pacheco, then finding the open look for three.
Reminiscent of what I saw last night with that boys team.
Haley Anderson's shot is no good from the right wing. Rebounded by Pacheco. She throws this one away, though, intercepted by Bernard. And now the Panthers turn it over with the careless pass by Sabrina Beaudry.
Yeah, that's, when they've had offensive problems, the big thing is the offensive turnovers, and they have a tendency to look out of rhythm sometimes. They played good, solid defense almost all the time. Very rarely do you see big mental lapses, but they're prone to some turnovers on offense.
Pacheco draws the foul against Bernard as she takes it to the hoop. And this Ashlyn Pacheco, just a sophomore, looks like she's going to be a handful today for the Panthers.
Did you catch who's on her most of the time? Have you seen who's on her most of the time? Pacheco.
She'll handle the ball a lot of the time. I know that. Just a sophomore. Inbound now. Beaudry breaks the pressure. Courtney Cronin, number 3 in the game now for Woburn. They'll go about 7 or 8 deep. Henderson outside.
You'll see Cronin, Taylor, and Donahue mostly off the bench for Woburn.
Haley Anderson taking it to the hoop and drawing the foul.
That one on Pacheco. You see Moreland double team there. I think we're going to see a lot of that today. For
outside.
3!
So Tia Bernard hits a 3.
Not usually a three-point shooter on this team, but she had a real open look.
Beverly leads 7-6. Pacheco answers with a 3. 9-7 Woburn.
Rosie thought about it.
She did. She had the open shot.
Not normally a shooter.
And
you see the double team against Moreland again, but she beats it.
And that was a great feed. Getting that ball to the post from the wing is a lot better angle, and Tia Bernard got it down to a good spot for Moreland.
And Bernard's playing some good basketball right now.
And there's a block by Moreland on the opposing.
And you know Moreland's good for easily 6 or 7 of those a game.
That was Courtney Cronin off the bench who tried to take it inside. Game tied at 9, 4:13 to go, first quarter. Long three, that time no good. Rebound fought for. I think Moreland touched it last, though. It's going to stay down this end to Woburn. So Donahue will inbound the ball for Woburn. And she has her pass intercepted. Haley, though, hasn't lost. Donahue from the wing. Might have been blocked by Bernard. One shot, no good. Follow-up is good and a foul on Beverly. So Rachel Donahue on the offensive boards scoring for Woburn, and she has a chance for a three-point play.
And they're going to call that on Bernard. That's her second.
And that'll bring Leah Whitehair into the game, replacing Tia Bernard.
Leah Whitehair coming off probably the best performance of the season against Everett, where she put up 9 points of her own. And we talk about Beverly always needing that third person. And with Bernard out of the game right now, she's someone who, tends to be that third person sometimes. But Whitehair and Bakey were able to do it against Everett. And let's see if Whitehair can continue with that performance.
Three by Haley Anderson is no good.
That was a deep
rebound
three.
By Donahue. Donahue's three is no good. Good box out. Classic box out by Rosie Gotch. As Woburn's got to keep substituting players in and out of the game, keep everybody fresh.
Yeah, I think Woburn, a lot more experience, a little deeper than the Panthers. But, we talk about the difference in lineups, but when Gotch is in the game, it does give you a second rebounder. And that's probably her best attribute.
Gotch shot might have been blocked. Donahue chases down in the corner. Long three is good again by Schiavone. Good ball movement by the Tanners, and they lead it by 6. Very unselfish team. And the Panthers turn it over. Donahue, the long three, no good. That might have forced the Beverly timeout if that had gone.
I think absolutely it would have. But you talk about, unselfish. Well, when you have 3 people on the court, 3 starters who can all shoot the three as well as these girls can, then it becomes very easy to swing the ball around on the outside and not feel the pressure to always have to take the shots.
So Moreland taking it to the hoop and got to call an offensive foul.
And she is not happy about that.
So Alyssa Moreland trying to make something happen, picks up the offensive foul. Her first. 5 on Beverly. Each team has 5 team fouls. Woburn has a 6-point lead with 1:47 to play in the first quarter.
Moreland having a few problems with the double team early on. She has beat it a few times.
Oh, and Pacheco. Nice job to set up Kelsey Quayle. Pacheco continues to give the Panthers headaches. Their pressure man-to-man defense has been a factor, Dominic.
Yeah, you could see it right there, right in front of me when Haley had the ball. They were all over her.
Long three by Haley.
For 3. So that's a big 3 for the Panthers.
A huge 3 by Haley. Oh, and Beverly gets beat off the dribble. So that's Andrea Schiavone with the hoop. They got a little isolation that time. No weak side help from Beverly. This is inside. Good drive by Whitehead. She probably drew the foul, and she did.
And you know that's the part of their game that we've seen come up, especially in the Everett game, is when you really see how it come to fruition. But Whitehair driving to the hoop.
So Lisa Whitehair, the freshman, will shoot 2. Beverly down 19-11. Brooke Bakey, number 30 in the game now for Beverly.
She adds another three-point shooter on the floor for the Panthers to try and keep up with this high-octane offensive attack from the Tanners.
Long 3. Oh, it's good again.
Schiavone.
Andrea Schiavone has how many now? 11
Yep.
for Schiavone. Her third 3. And the Panthers again on the ball pressure by the Woburn defense, forcing another Beverly turnover. That's got to be 7 or 8 turnovers.
Yeah. And when you're playing a team that can put up points in bunches like this, you got to play better than that.
Yeah.
And I think, that's the big difference that we're seeing right now. Beverly at times can look a bit lost on offense. They know exactly what they're trying to do at all times.
They have so far. That's a forced 3. That won't go. But down low, offensive rebound. Up and good by Rufo. And Beverly's given up a bunch of offensive rebounds as well as the three-pointer. So a tough first quarter for the Panthers here on the road in this quarterfinal matchup as Woburn leads it after one quarter by a score of 24-12.
Yeah, we saw Pacheco and Schiavone really giving them fits. Schiavone with the points, Pacheco doing everything. Pacheco feeding the ball down low, penetrating, getting it out to Schiavone, some other people on the outside. And again, on offense, the story right now, offensive turnovers for the Panthers, just looking out of sync. And the double team on Moreland has definitely been effective. They've come up with a lot better plan than Everett did.
Exactly. We have this first quarter. We just got an idea why Woburn is the number 1 seed here in Division I North.
There's just so many weapons. It's hard to key on everyone, and everyone seems to know their job. And on offense, they just look like they know what they're doing at all times. They know what they're trying to do. The ball movement is great. They penetrate inside. They draw the help and then swing it out for those open looks. They do a great job of that.
Coach Steve Sullivan in his 9th year here at Woburn High School had 144 victories coming into the season. 17 more this year. So he's at the 161, like I said, in his 9th year. So Woburn will inbound to start the second quarter. Tanners 24, Panthers 12. Well, that's a forced 3. And it goes in off the glass.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Exactly. I don't think Pacheco meant it, but it counts, and it's a 27-12 lead. Another turnover by Beverly. Long 3, no good. But the rebound is a long one outside, and it's going to be a foul on Beverly's Whitehair. Leah Whitehair, number 10. Fouling Kelsey Quayle.
Things starting to implode a bit for the Panthers right now, reminiscent of what we saw in the Bishop Fenwick game.
And we talked about the pressure that Woburn plays on defense, causing them tempo, and their ability to shoot the 3. But also, we did not expect Woburn to have so many offensive rebounds.
Oh, yeah. I definitely was not quite expecting that. I mean, that's just a lethal combination, which you've talked about. The pressure, the pace, and then you're just going to give up that many second chances.
And now an offensive foul is going to be called on Sabrina Beaudry. That looked like a tough call. So nothing going Beverly's way now. Outside, that long three is too strong, and then it goes in for Kelsey Quayle. 32-12. Watch out.
When you get
Full
back
court
to
pressure.
When you get back-to-back threes like they have on.
And the Beverly bench now, the coaches, you can tell what they're saying. Finally, with all this pressure defense that they're putting on, they finally get called for a foul. Mr. Stanchel said thank you.
You know, the last one, the one on Moreland, the charge I could see, but the last one on Beaudry over there in the corner, yeah. I wasn't quite sure what they saw.
I wasn't sure she had position to get that charge. But now we have a timeout on the floor. 6:52 to go in the first half. It's a 32-12 lead. Woburn up by 20, threatening to blow this one open quite early and make their way out of the semifinals. The winner of this game will play during the week up at Whittier in Haverhill. They'll take on Belmont, a team that Woburn is very familiar with from Middlesex League play. So the Tanners break their huddle. They have Schiavone and Quayle out there with Donahue. Rufo. Courtney Cronin is in the game as well. Pacheco getting a rest.
That last foul on Cronin, too. Bakey wasn't looking.
Left-handed layup is good by Donahue. 34-12. Panthers throw it away again.
And right now, they are just not dealing with this pressure well at all.
They are not, no.
And this is reminiscent of what we saw in the Bishop Fenwick game, except being done by a better opponent, Woburn.
Got Kylie McCarthy in there now, maybe to see if Kylie, just a freshman, maybe she can help with her quickness against the pressure. I'm not sure.
She is quick.
And Beverly now already over the limit, so Woburn will be shooting free throws. Courtney Cronin, just a junior, shooting the 1-and-1. Her team up by 22 already. Bernard chases down the rebound. And the Panthers will try to chip away. And McCarthy able to draw the foul. After the foul, Cronin will come out of the game as she is replaced by Andrea Schiavone.
That's not good news for the Panthers, actually.
Panthers finally able to at least set up their offense. It's been a while, and now they are victimized again with a steal. That time was Palmisano with a steal.
I mean, this offense, it's just been infected by the turnover bug.
Schiavone outside, watched. And a three-pointer. Was that Kelsey Palmisano?
Yeah, I think so. That was Palmisano.
37-12, Woburn by 25. Another turnover. And, that looked like a pretty good block, but they're going to call a foul on Tia Bernard.
That's Bernard's third already. And just nothing going right for the Panthers right now.
The lead is 25, 5:43 to go, first half. Pacheco misses the first free throw. Ashland makes the second one, 38-12. 5:40 to play, second quarter. McCarthy has a stolen. Palmasano unable to finish. Now Cassie with a three. Won't go. Rebound fought for, and it goes off of Beverly. No foul called. Panthers showing some of their frustration with the refereeing. Pacheco's pass is knocked away. That'll go off of Woburn player. So Beverly will get the ball.
I think they might have caught a break right there.
I did too.
I thought that was clearly off Bakey.
We had a good angle. We'll have to watch the replay during the week. Check that one out. 38-12. Beverly down 26.
Still, I don't think they've scored a field goal in this quarter.
There's a good-looking three, but it won't go.
One of the first times, basically this whole quarter, they've really gotten set and done anything on offense, though. Any type of look or...
Long three is going to be no good. Rebound up and no good.
Another offensive board.
Yeah. But they missed it that time.
I mean,
Quayle.
the fundamentals are even breaking down now a bit for the Panthers. No one really boxing out. Anderson shot up kind of a panic three right there.
I think it was a good idea.
Another offensive board for the Tanners.
And they're missing their open threes now. They were. That time Schiavone hits her fourth of the day. She has 14. Woburn 41, Beverly 12. You know, Dominic, the way that they're forcing their defense, there's a lot of room down low for Moreland if they can get the ball down there.
Yeah. Just a couple of possessions before, I was thinking about what to even talk about with this, because I was saying they've taken Moreland out of the game, but I don't know if they really have.
There it is, down low.
It's just Beverly's never held on to the ball long enough to even get into their offense.
But exactly. The key is if they don't turn it over and they are able to move the ball around, Moreland will have room to operate down low. But they've not been able to move the ball. The turnovers have happened in the first or second pass for the most part. Alyssa's first free throw is no good.
If there is one thing you could say that Moreland might have struggled a bit sometimes this year, it has been the free throw shooting.
Wholesale changes by the Tanners. Coach Sullivan keeps his troops very fresh.
Well, you're going to play that style of defense. It would make sense that you need to keep them as fresh as you possibly can.
Exactly. 41-13 for Beverly's first point in a long time as McCarthy picks up the foul in the forecourt. Nine team fouls on Beverly, so it's 1-1 for Ashland Pacheco, the sophomore point guard. You can tell she's a player, can't you?
Yeah.
43-13.
Is there anyone on this Woburn team who can't shoot? That's what I want to know.
Panthers down by 30. Anderson on the right. Again, that pass contested. Pressure in the corner. Dangerous pass outside the Gosh. Haley, a long three is good. And the Panthers with some pressure of their own, but Woburn breaks it. Down low, Rufo is fouled on the offensive rebound. Marino Rufo, the junior. Well, they called a foul. They called something else. Okay.
No, they called a travel.
Oh, thank you, Dominic.
Haley been the lone bright spot, really, for the Panthers. She has 8 of the 16 points. And on cue there, she takes that one to the hoop but can't get it to go.
Megan Roderick, a sophomore now, went in, number 21. Shot outside is no good. Panthers are able to chase down a defensive rebound. Bernard with good hustle, and Moreland draws a foul on the other end, as the Panthers play some up-tempo with their own. Well, they've settled down the last 2 minutes, probably.
Yeah, you know, you talked about it at the thing. They want to play up-tempo. They like to push the ball, and that's not the thing that concerned me. And you can see the Panthers can run with them. It's the pressure on defense, and we saw it in the Fenwick game. It gave Beverly fits, and they are prone to turning the ball over on offense. And it has been that Fenwick game, but magnified by about 10.
Offensive rebound by Gotch. Down low, good look, and the layup is up and good by Bernard. Alyssa Moreland shows that she can see the court as well. Timeout called after the hoop. 2:19 to go at 43-19. Beverly down 24. They were down 30, so a very small reward for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, good things happen when they're actually able to get into their sets on offense.
Exactly.
The problem is they seem to barely make it beyond half court before they're infected with the turnover bug.
2:19 to play.
And it's just this pressure that this Woburn team plays with on defense, and the fact that, you know, they're so deep and they're able to substitute so many guys, they can just stay at that pace.
The Panthers will be in a bonus as Woburn has 6 fouls. The next one will be number 7. And the next foul on Beverly will put Woburn in the double bonus. So the Panthers send out Gotch, McCarthy, Anderson. And they have a nice trap in the corner. And Beverly won't hit the ball. Oh, they called a foul. They called a foul on McCarthy.
Wow.
Boy, it looks like that trap worked to perfection.
Was someone really in position that they could get a charge on that, though?
So Pacheco will shoot 2. Too much in that one, no good.
I just don't know about that.
Pacheco makes 1 out of 2, 44-19. McCarthy to Gotch, on the left to Anderson, guarded by Pacheco. Spin move, Moreland. Won't go, no foul. Followed by Moreland is good. (44-21), Beverly down 23. Rufo the other way, a force. Offensive rebound hurts. Rachel Donahue.
No one's boxing out.
Alyssa Moreland really hot. Fiery player, huh?
Yeah. She wants every call.
My first chance getting to see her.
She plays like her hair's on fire. The motor is always running. I've never seen a player get her own rebounds as much as she does.
Long pass down court. Woburn push, and push. Open look. Won't go. Gotch gets the loose ball rebound. McCarthy into the forecourt. Down to 1:12 to go. High post, Moreland. Puts the ball on the floor against Rufo and draws the foul. That was actually a good break for Moreland. Rufo played pretty good defense on her.
Yeah, I thought she did too. And I didn't think she had a good look at all.
And they are really going at it. Rufo and Moreland down low.
That's the battle to watch right now.
Alyssa's free throw is good. Marina now comes out of the game. Second free throw is short. Pacheco goes baseline, sets up the open look, swish. Julia Taylor gets a hoop, but again, Ashley Pacheco made it happen.
Yeah.
48-22.
Like I said, Taylor off the bench. No, there's no one on this Woburn team who can't shoot. It's just shooters everywhere.
Pacheco for three. Woburn, up tempo, get open looks. Up tempo, get open looks. Nice pass down low. Bernard won't go after the good feed by Gotch. Schiavone thought about a long one.
That was from another zip code.
Pacheco into the paint. Palmisano, no good. And again, Moreland going at it down low. and let's see what they're going to call a double foul. That's Ashley Fafaris, a junior. No, it's on Fafaris. Okay, Moreland's going to shoot 1-1. Well, Alyssa said, we might go down today, but I'm not going to go down easily.
Didn't expect anything less. She is as competitive as they come.
Is Duncan that fiery? I don't think he is he?
No, Duncan plays a lot cooler than his sister does. If anything, I would say he's the real ice in the veins kind of guy. Abreu's a little more emotional.
Shot at the buzzer, no good by the Tanners in the first half. Comes to a close. Beverly had closed within 23, but it's back to 29 at halftime.
Well, that's what the three-pointer can do for you.
Exactly. They hit a couple big ones. Pacheco and the other one by Julia Taylor, the junior. So I think we're going to take a break. We're at halftime here at Woburn High School. This quarterfinal matchup, Division I North girls. And it's all Woburn. Our halftime score, Woburn High School 51 and Beverly 22.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Woburn High School. Larry Lorenzano with Dominic Lorenzano. Beverly down 51-22 as we open this third quarter of this Division I North quarterfinal matchup in the MIAA Girls Basketball Tournament. Dominic.
I mean, there's not much to talk about other than, the Panthers have really just been completely blindsided by this aggressive Tanners defense and this high-octane Tanners offensive attack. They've rained down threes from everywhere. The turnover bug for the offense for the Panthers has plagued its ugly head as it has at a few times during the season. The Fenwick one comes to mind.
And the Panthers let Kelsey Quayle drive to the hoop for a layup. She now has 9 points. Beverly down by 31. I think that's the largest the lead has been. Anderson, Bernard, a three is short.
Yeah, that's not her game.
In that first half for Woburn, their fine sophomore point guard, Ashlyn Pacheco, had 18 points. Andrea Schiavone, the senior, had 13. No good that time by Schiavone. Beverly has Bernard and Beaudry, Anderson, Moreland, and Gotch in the game to start this third quarter. Double team down low, and still Alyssa Moreland scores.
You know, we thought the thing to talk about would be how are they going to respond to Moreland, how are they going to do with the double team. And really, the talking point has just been the Panthers don't get set in their offense enough to even have that be a factor.
Panthers try a double team. It ends up leaving Kelsey Quayle open for a three, and she drains it. She now has 12, one of their four captains, 56-24, the margin 32. That's the largest it's been. Gotch, Bernard, intercepted by Pacheco as he rips it away from Haley Anderson and scores.
I don't think the Tanners are going to let off the gas pedal.
Anderson drives to the hoop. She went right back at Pacheco and beat her on the dribble. But then the ball was knocked away by a Woburn helper on defense. Moreland, top of the key. She's got to go to the hoop, draw. I thought she drew the foul. No call. I can't believe there's no call.
That looked like an obvious charge to me. Officiating's been kind of inconsistent.
On the drive, Schiavone. Shot is knocked out of bounds. Woburn will keep the ball. We've played about just over 2.5 here in the third quarter. 58-24 is the Woburn lead. Pacheco looking for a teammate to pass to from under the basket. Rufo puts it to the floor, has a stolen, then she commits the foul. Now Quayle comes into the game for Rufo. Constant substitutions by Coach Sullivan. Panthers throw it away again. And that will be a charge. A charge on Pacheco.
Nice job by Beaudry to take that charge.
It was. After the turnover, she did a good job with the position. And she got a rare mistake out of Ashlyn Pacheco.
But Pacheco has just been giving them fits everywhere. From three, driving to the hoop, getting the ball to her teammates on open look, and steals. And her against Anderson has been a good matchup to watch in this one.
Down low, good feed by Anderson. Moreland can't score. Her follow-up is no good. Back comes Woburn, forcing the tempo. Panthers get back on defense well. And a runner is good by Pacheco. Well, that's how the Tanners showed a lot of patience in offense. And everything going in. Quite a shot by Pacheco. As Moreland pulls up from 8, shot is short. Pacheco falls down after getting the rebound. The long three is no good by Schiavone. Moreland decides to deck somebody.
And there's no call.
And the open look goes for Bernard. As the Woburn fans are getting on Alyssa Moreland. 60-26.
That's two I've counted she's gotten away with in this quarter alone.
Schiavone for three. Too many open looks, Dominic.
That three-point shooting is unreal, though. And that one was about as clean as they get. The net barely even moved.
Moreland outside. She wants to take it inside. And they got to call an offensive foul. Now, I thought that was acting.
Moreland said something to the referee after that, too.
Unbelievable.
The inconsistency.
But the referees have got to gain control of this game. And I guess they will gain control if they're going to call a foul like that.
Or they could make it worse.
The margin is 37. Panthers picking up full court. Woburn breaks it nicely. Ends up with an open three, and it's short. Bernard tried to keep her dribble going there while she's on the ground and ended up getting tied up. Down to 2:37 to go in the third quarter. As Leah White here is going to come into the game to replace Tia Bernard. There's a steal by Beaudry. And she draws the foul.
That on Taylor?
Panthers have Beaudry, White here. Now Delaney Sprague in the game for Beverly. So White here will shoot two.
Things have gotten real ugly these past minute and a half, 2 minutes. And White here gets the second.
63-27. Panthers go full court man-to-man. And Woburn is forced to call a timeout. 2:17 showing on the clock, third quarter. Panthers way behind on this one, but they've come out in the third quarter. They did not quit, Dominic. They've showed up. They played close to even in the third.
Yeah, they're still playing intense. At least you know Moreland is.
As we mentioned, the winner of this game moves on to the Division I North semifinals. In a meeting with Belmont High School, the Marauders up at Whittier Tech, up in Haverhill.
I'll tell you, if the Tanners are going to shoot like this, the Marauders are in for a rough night maybe. It's a lot to handle, and it comes from everywhere. Pacheco has been the star, but they can shoot everywhere. Quayle's knocked down threes. Schiavone has knocked down threes. There's players everywhere, and everyone's dangerous just about on offense, especially shooting.
White here knocks it out of bounds as Beverly continues to go man-to-man, full court. And a runner is good, so Julia Taylor, the junior, breaks the pressure by herself and then takes it all the way to the hoop.
You talk about turning the pressure around on its head.
Free throw no good, but the Panthers give up another offensive rebound. And the three-pointer is in and out by Rachel Donahue. And a foul called on the Tanners as play getting sloppy. Bodie down to Anderson. Panthers swing the ball. White here. A runner, lost control. Palmisano the other way. Long shot no good by Taylor. And Fafaris loses the ball on the dribble. Beverly ball. You know, one player I'd like to mention for Beverly, Rosie Gotch, the senior captain, doesn't get a lot of playing time. But not a bad job today by Rosie. I'd like to see her get the score. She has the ball now. Goes to Sprague, the other senior captain.
Tough for anyone to score for the Panthers. They just give you no space.
And Bodie draws the foul.
That one on Donahue.
Down to about a minute to play in the third quarter. And now the Panthers just trying not to let the lead get to 40. Palmisano catches the long pass from Cronin. Now it's Taylor. She pulls up, no good. Follow up, no good. Rebound Bernard to Beaudry. Had a nice runner
Beaudry.
by Sabrina.
Her first points of the afternoon.
30 seconds to go. Cronin breaks the pressure. Donahue a runner, no good. Donahue with the rebound. Good defense by Gotch on her on the baseline.
Well, you know, that's the thing that Gotch does give you, and why she does see more minutes than Bakey, is just the difference in defense. And rebounding.
And a block at the buzzer.
That was Sprague on the block there.
Yeah, Delaney Sprague gets the block, and the third quarter comes to a close. So after 3, our score from Woburn High School is the Woburn Tanners 65 and the Beverly Panthers 29.
And you know, we were talking about on our way up here with our producer is the fact that Woburn hasn't really played any real live game basketball in about, 2 weeks? And it just didn't even matter for a shooting team, too, and they just came out the gates on fire. They were knocking down threes basically from the word go. So now Stanchel trying to get his team to finish this season off at least fighting. See if they can get a last good quarter out of them.
And the Panthers going with Bernard and Beaudry and Sprague, along with Gotch and Haley Anderson. 65-29. Beverly turned it over.
Been a story of this game.
Rebound by Bernard. Anderson for three.
One of the few times that she's really gotten the space to be able to put up a three like that. She's got 11 points on the afternoon.
Tanner's throw it away. Beaudry, Anderson for three. Rebound Tanners. Down court, Taylor. Shot won't go. Julia Taylor, the junior. Foul on Woburn in the rebounding action.
That is on Donahue again, her second.
And Sydney Anderson's coming into the game now for Beverly. Check that. That was not Sydney. That was number 5 for Woburn, who came into the game. Sydney Doyle. Both teams have a number 5 named Sydney. 65-32.
That's just not fair. They already have the same colors. That was the Tanners, Sydney, who threw up that three.
It is a three. Speaking of Sydney, Sydney Doyle, who just came into the game.
Is there anyone on this team who can't shoot?
A runner by Haley Anderson, left hand, won't go. Doyle brings it up on the right to Roderick. And a runner is good by Julia Taylor. She's contributed off this Woburn bench as Haley Anderson's going to make another three. 70-35. And Cronin goes right down, Rachel Donahue, goes right down the lane. Anderson is open again. They picked her up, though.
She does a nice job getting out of there, though. Beaudry.
Left hand won't go. Rebound by Doyle. Then Donahue nails a three. (74-35).
Tanner's still not really letting off the gas at all. And you know, this isn't the way they would have wanted the season to end, but we said it last year, and it still holds true now. I mean, most of this team is back next year.
Exactly. Moreland's back in the game now, so maybe we'll see some fireworks. Spin move inside. Can't score, though. And the Tanners have a chance to get that lead over 40. And a three-point. Megan Roderick, a sophomore. Can you say deep?
I mean, it's like a video game out there. You hit a three, this person hits a three. There's threes to go around for everybody on this Tanners team.
Foul called on Alyssa Moreland. 76-35. And a shot is good. Julia Taylor. This is their 8th, 9th, and 10th players, Dominic. As getting in there for Beverly. Brooke Bakey missing that 3. And now Bakey draws the foul down the other end.
That depth is ridiculous. And it allows them to just play this style and be able to keep it up all game long on defense and offense.
Tina Bernard comes out of the game. Replaced by Leah White here. So the Panthers have White here.
This pace and pressure, it just, when you have this much depth, these many people who can execute, it just never lets up.
And Bakey makes the first free throw.
And it forces mistakes, and those mistakes have turned into points.
Kylie McCarthy also out there for Beverly, number 15. Down floor, White here able to draw the foul.
So she'll go to the line for the 3rd time tonight.
Maldonado committed the foul for Woburn. First free throw good by Leah.
All these names in depth. It's making this a nightmare to keep up with the scorebook for the Tanners.
2 free throws by Leah White here. 78-39 our score. As Megan Roderick, she might be in double figures off the bench in about 10 minutes of play. Okay. Top of the key, Moreland. Takes it down low and scores.
Just 4 points for her in the second half, though. Not often that we say that.
Step back, no good by Roderick. Roderick gets it back and lays it in. 82-41. McCarthy shut off along the baseline. Now I think Sydney Anderson's in there. I think that's number 5 in black, right?
Yep. That is Sydney as she's checking in for Moreland.
So Beverly has McCarthy, Sydney Anderson, White here. Backey in there. Long 3, no good. Rebound to White here. Takes it inside. Can't draw the foul. Rebound by Doyle.
She probably should have gave that up. But just a freshman.
Now Viana Kachian, number 23 in there for Beverly. .153 to play. Running a good rebound was no good by Maldonado. And that's going to be an offensive rebound. Going over the top was number 22, Emma LaRusso. And Viana Kachian is going to get a chance at the line, and it goes for her. She's on the score sheet. Where'd he go, Viana? She'll switch this one. There you go.
Good call.
You know what she's saying now? They should have started me. Down low, shot no good. Rebound. Goes outside. Roderick misses that one, finally. Maldonado the rebound. Doyle for three. Won't go. Maldonado gets the loose ball.
So a third chance for the Tanners.
I think they have one more three left, I think. Let's. Jump ball down low. Arrow going Woburn's way. 52 seconds left.
So a fourth chance to get, as you said, that one more three in them.
A tough way to end the season, which has been a very, very good season with Beverly girls basketball. Congratulations to all the girls and the coaching staff for just a marvelous season.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been fun to watch, especially as someone who watched them last year and watched the struggles they got through and was able to see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel last year when they played a lot better. They played actually a very good half against Newton South.
They did improve last year quite a bit during the year.
Yeah, it was great to see. You know, we saw Haley come on at the end of the year last year shooting the threes, and now she's added other parts to her game. She can drive on the inside. She can create her own shots. And then, of course, you know, the final piece that put them over the edge a little bit is the addition of Moreland on this team.
Of course. And that's going to make them a real force next year in Division I North, there's no doubt. As the final seconds are dribbled away by Ashley Fafaris, and the Woburn Tanners have defeated the Beverly Panthers in this quarterfinal round matchup by a final score of 82-43.
I mean, the Tanners, it's one of those days that they played just about perfect basketball. They got hot right away from the shooting. They didn't really let up. The offensive turnovers kind of reared their head again like they did in that Fenwick game for the Panthers. And it's just one of those games, one of those nights, it's a real good Woburn team, a real deep team, and it allows them to keep up that pressure that they play at, especially on defense.
Yep. Sometimes you have upsets in the tournament. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes the favorite is a bit too strong, and that was the case today as the Woburn Tanners have eliminated the Panthers from the Division I North girls tournament. As we mentioned, a great year for Beverly High School. 13-7 regular season. They finished 14-8 overall. One tournament victory, an impressive win over the Everett Crimson Tide.
And plenty of this team will be back next year as Delaney Sprague and Rosie Gotch, the only seniors leaving. So tough way for them to go out, but congratulate them. They've done great. They've been through a lot here. And it's good to see that after last year's struggles, they could go out with a team that won as many games and did as well as this team did. Have that great moment in the tournament, you know, last week when they beat up Everett.
Right. And good job by the senior captains for Beverly. We're going to congratulate them. And as I mentioned, Rosie Gotch played her heart out there tonight.
Yeah, she got a lot more minutes than the Everett game. And, you know, she did make her presence known on defense, grabbing boards. It's big for her. And it's big sometimes when she's out there because, you know, she's really the only other one who's big enough to go along with Moreland to grab some of those boards.
So, again, that's going to pretty much wrap it up here from Woburn High School. Thank you very much for joining us. The Beverly Panthers season is over as Woburn has completed the double. The boys team eliminating us last night in a thriller, and then the girls team winning a game tonight that was not quite a thriller, but a one-sided victory for the home team. So again, for Dominic Lorenzano, I'm Larry Lorenzano. Thank you for joining us tonight and for all season. Again, the final score, Woburn 82, Beverly 43. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.